Welcome to the Outer Hebridean island of Lewis and Harris. It's an island full of wild adventure and in our eyes is one of the best places to road trip. Full of incredible scenery, beautiful beaches, wild and rare nature such as eagles, it's a land of myths and legends with historical sites and ruins that stretch back thousands of years. If you're new around here, we're Jack and Joe and this is our scruffy hitchhiker Frank. This is the final episode of our 3-part Scottish Hebridean adventure. Join us for a jam-packed video as we show you some of the best things to do and see while road tripping Lewis and Harris. Put your feet up, click subscribe and come along for these wild journeys on the Outer Hebrides. We are just about to board the ferry from Berneray to Lewis and Harris, our final island on our Hebridean adventure. The weather is incredible. We just had an amazing week by some incredible beaches. And we're about to have maybe three or four more days of decent weather before it starts getting all Scottish again. But we're here, we're going to be on Lewis and Harris for another 5 days. And yeah, we love this island and have we got anything planned? We haven't got anything planned. We're going to do it off the hoof. We're with our mate Tom, who's going to probably get us lost somewhere on the side of a mountain.
We're about to go.
And we're about to move forward and board the boat. Boarding a sturdy looking Calmac ferry, we sailed across the flat waters of the Sound of Harris. With the sun shining, it's genuinely a trip highlight. You can spot seals, plenty of seabirds, and, if you're lucky, dolphins. Nice, isn't it? Oh, look, a random Tom. It really is. Perfect. It's like a perfect day. And the wind's quite warm right now. First stop in Lewis and Harris. Well, actually on Harris, which is the bottom part of Lewis and Harris, is Luskentyre Beach. We actually haven't been to this beach. We usually camp along the estuary bit where there's lots of like little camp spots, but they're all full because I guess it's a nice sunny day. So we come all the way down to the less scenic car park, but you get access to the more scenic beach. And this beach is incredible. I think it's actually been consistently voted one of the best beaches in the UK and maybe the world. And on a sunny day like this, you can really tell why. Look at it. Hi, Joe. You should stay. Oh, go on then. Oh, God. This is a classy YouTube channel. Oh God. We've had a few wines. But we're going to go check out the sunset on the beach. When I say sunset, I don't actually mean sunset because the sun won't set for like 2 or 3 hours. We're going to talk about the pre-sunset, which is still really nice. The golden hours. Well, I'm not going to stay out for the sunset, am I? We'll be here until about midnight. But yeah, it looks amazing. Frank's ready. Joe's had some wine. And then we can just come back to this lovely car park, which costs us £7 in an honesty box, and listen to some weird bard music that Joe has got.
This isn't bardcore though, this is just tavern music. We'll play you some bardcore in a bit.
Don't get into bardcore. Tom's going deep into the dunes. Oh my God. Mental views.
Climbing to the top of the dunes, we arrived at Tom's camp spot for the night and witnessed an incredible golden sunset.
Just nipped into town to grab some coffees. Now we're going to go see some eagles, fingers crossed, at the Eagle Observatory. After a beautiful drive, we're going to go roll out to see if we can see some eagles at the Lewis and Harris Eagle Observatory, or the West Harris Eagle Observatory, one of the two. What? Oh, give us some eagle facts then, mate. Go on then.
Where are they? Birds of prey. Here we go.
So an eagle is a bird of prey. Well done.
Hen harrier.
No.
Okay. Golden eagle.
Yeah.
Although the size is not easy to gauge at a distance, the eagle's flight silhouette is different from that of the much smaller buzzard. The wings are longer and less rounded, the head projects further, and the tail is longer and less spread.
Wow.
We need to remember that. So the tail is longer and less spread.
Can we see a picture? Was it what we saw yesterday? No, we didn't see that yesterday, did we?
No. What's the golden bit about?
Because it's like golden brown.
Oh, is it?
Texture like sun.
Oh yeah. Voice. Eagles are usually silent.
The mountains of Harris are home to 20 pairs of golden eagles, one of the highest densities in Scotland, and the North Harris Eagle Observatory, the only purpose-built hide for eagles in the UK, is set within the territory of 2 nesting eagles. With a bit of luck, we were hoping to spot them soaring high above us.
And now we wait. Patience is the name of the game, and I don't think all 3 of us have much patience for this kind of thing. I'm already ready to carry on walking. Nice and quiet though.
It was until the vlogger came along.
Well, actually, all I can hear is you chomping your pasty. Anything? No. No dice on the eagle front, but it has been a lovely walk. I thought I saw an otter. No otter, it's a rock. Have you had a lovely walk, Tom?
Yeah, it's been good. Best part was when Joe decided that actually she likes big rolls.
Oh my god, guys, get the
massive water.
Oh, whew. That was terrifying. But yeah, still recommend the walk. And we actually saw them from here last year. Nice fig rolls. Guys are buzzing over the fig rolls. Thumbs up for the fig rolls. But yeah, we saw them last year, so I'll put that clip in because it's definitely recommended to come up here, even if you don't see any eagles. Thumbs up for the fig rolls.
Give the video a like if you like fig rolls.
What's for lunch, chef? Some tomato soup. Nice. A classic. Tomato soup with a view. After a quick bite to eat, we set off from North Harris up to Lewis, the northern part of Lewis and Harris. Now, you might be wondering why Lewis and Harris has 2 names, and that's due to this mountain range. Back in the day, before roads, it was easier to sail around the coast than to walk through the mountain range. So, Lewis and Harris was essentially spoken of as 2 separate islands. Harris to the south of the mountains and Lewis to the north. We honestly think the drive through this mountain range is one of the best drives we've ever done. You're treated to panoramic views of lochs and towards the sea, with plenty of lay-bys and parking places that you can pull into to enjoy the view from. So the drive was about an hour and a half up to this bit of Lewis. Then we spent basically another hour kind of doing chores. Big shout out to Seaweed Community Shop, which is like the best shop on Lewis and Harris. I'm saying that now. It's got everything, even loads of vegan food. We then went to a campsite to fill up and empty. It wasn't really a campsite, it was more like a camping facility place where you just put a donation in, you can empty toilets and fill up with water. There's actually a really handy map, which I'll put a link in below, that has all the facilities for Lewis and Harris on. Yeah, it's great. And now we're at our favourite part of Lewis and Harris, Cliff Beach. which is a £5 donation in a donation box on the side of a fence, and this is the view. But this afternoon we're going to enjoy the sunshine. We found some vegan or plant-based jammy dodgers. We've got a cup of tea on the go, and we've got this view. Tom's gone foraging for seaweed, so maybe we'll eat that when he comes back. And yeah, I think we're in store for another incredible sunset, I think.
Yeah, they're quite nice.
Oh wow, what's that?
This is a rack. I think it's called a channeled rack.
They're normally a bit like.
Oh, it's like a bladder rack kind of thing.
Yeah, it's basically the same as a bladder rack.
So you've
Again,
done
I
all
thought
that?
I had none. I've got so
Mate, you got, what's that, sea lettuce?
sea lettuce, green, I think this is just green algae.
Wow.
Or there's another thing that might be that sea noodle.
Wow.
This has got a name that I'm about to re-find out for you.
Wow. Normalised foraging and eating seaweed.
Yeah.
Just feels weird because you've just picked it off some rocks. So it feels like we shouldn't have the permission to eat it, but I mean it's probably the most natural thing ever.
Yeah, exactly, and like so abundant as well.
Yeah. Hmm.
So let's get the tasting notes on these.
Dinner server review. Need a fork.
Thanks, pal.
Nice little curry. Tom, you're putting your seaweed in your curry.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, cheers, guys. Tom's got his seaweed on. Mate, look at that. Oh.
I might have some noodles of it as well.
It's like
Makes a change, but we're being driven by Tom today as we go explore a bit more of this island. We left the van. Feels weird being driven around. I quite like it. I feel like you, Joe. This is lovely. I don't have to worry about like single track roads, the etiquette, but I can still wave at people. Thank you. But yeah, where are we going, Tom? Lead us in.
What's the name of those big stacks? We're going to some amazing stacks on the west coast of wherever we are. Sounds great, doesn't it? I don't know where I'm going. It's a bit like our
Something
bikes
stacks. Yeah. Oh, why are we trusting you again? You have done research this time, haven't you?
Got the sat nav on, so it can't go wrong.
Great. Well, anyway, yeah, it's going to be a great day. A bit cloudy today. I think good luck with the weather is about to end, but it doesn't really matter because Scotland looks beautiful in cloud as well. After a brief stopover to look at the Maguesta Sea Stacks, we headed off to see if we could see any more wildlife by the coast. So at a sticky out bit called Weed something or other, but it's near Gallen Head, which used to be a military defence Cold War listening station, but it was bought by the local community in 2016, and it's been, well, they turned it into kind of like whale and wildlife watching station over the next few years. They also bought a house there, which is now like a community centre with a community kitchen. Bit of a weird one. It's literally like a house, but it's got like lots of nice gifts in it, and they do cook to order, so we were able to get a quick bite to eat for lunch. Now we're going to the top of Gallen Head. I've had to run back to the car because I forgot my big lens, but in the book there was lots of sightings of whales and dolphins off the coast, so fingers crossed. No dolphins or whales, even though apparently this is supposed to be one of top like whale and dolphin spotting areas. But I've come to the theory that that we're just trying too hard to spot wildlife, and the best wildlife encounters happen when you're not looking. So we're trying to force it. Whale, dolphin.
If you're not looking, how can you see them?
Yeah.
Well, because it just happened like the dolphins are on both of our ferry boats over to the East Islands. So, just been to the shop, weren't looking for wildlife, and as my wise words from my wise self said, what, half an hour ago, and all of you two laughed at me. I said, when you don't look for wildlife, you'll spot it. And as we drive down to the beach, we spotted an eagle. We don't know which eagle it is, but it was massive. Huge. Cheers guys to a great day and a cracking sunset. It's our home down there. Another beautiful day, Lewis and Harris. Go for a little walk near to cliff, down to another little beach, and then today we're having a historical day. Well, it won't be a historical day, but a historical nerdy day, as well as visiting some more of the island's beautiful beaches. What's that? Archaeology day. We're gonna have an archaeology day to explore the rich cultural history of the island. A 20-minute walk from Cliff Beach takes you to Reef Beach. This beach is incredible. I mean, just look at it. With its white sandy bay, crystal blue waters, surrounded by green and stone cliffs, you could be forgiven for thinking that you're in the Caribbean. If it wasn't for that cold North Atlantic wind, of course. After a walk along the wide sandy beach, we're on our way to explore some ancient history of the islands at Bosta Beach. Archaeologist Tom, sees you studied at university. Can you just run us through what we're about to go see?
I don't know, we haven't got there yet, but we're going to see an Iron Age house, which is, I think the Iron Age around here was about 2,000 years ago, 1,500 years ago.
Oh wow.
So that's like 0 to about 500 AD type time.
After a storm in 1993 revealed the remains of a Bronze Age settlement, archaeologists in the community of Bostadh came together to learn more about the history of life on these islands. To preserve the ruins, the Bronze Age jelly baby houses were covered by sand, but a recreation was built in '98. Since then, community members have painstakingly tried to rediscover exactly how life on the islands would have been like 1,500 years ago. Fascinating, guys?
Absolutely fascinating. Would highly recommend.
And you come out smelling like peat, which is really cool.
Smells like whiskey. I guess that's because it's the
Yeah.
whiskey.
That woman, make sure you come here and get the talk of the woman. She's fascinating, so knowledgeable about it all.
Not content with our archaeological fix, we were onto the famous Callanish Stones. Older than Stonehenge itself, the Callanish Stones were placed here 5,000 years ago, and they are shrouded in mystery, with theories ranging from the stones being a prehistoric lunar observatory to legend that the stones are the remains of islanders who refused to convert to Christianity.
We spent our final few days on Lewis and Harris exploring more of its beaches, wildlife spotting from the cliffs where we caught the faintest glimpse of a minke whale, we drank gin, visited Stornoway's Castle Museum, and we continued foraging for seaweed, and we finally drank some whiskey too. Cheers, cheers! Okay, after seaweed foraging this morning and going for one last beach walk, We then went to the museum, which we'd recommend if it's a rainy, kind of stormy day, which it was today. Castle Museum in Stornoway. Is it called the Castle Museum?
I don't know, mate.
It's the museum in Stornoway. It's lovely. Tom's also picked up a whiskey tasting kit, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to head into Stornoway for our last night in a pub. So we're going to end the video now, so that we can go to the pub and get pissed. But yeah, we've loved the Outer Hebrides. I think we're all in agreement Lewis and Harris was probably up there as the favourite, even though Uis and Barra were amazing. Say goodbye and we'll see you in the next video. We've got a big trip idea, but we're not 100% certain if we're going to go there in mid-July just yet, but we've got a few things that we're doing before then. So yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Hey guys, realised we left you on a bit of a cliffhanger there. That's because we didn't know what we were going to be doing. A couple of weeks has passed since we left the Outer Hebrides, and we've just started a really exciting trip. We will be spending the next 5 to 6 weeks travelling the Wild Atlantic Way in Ireland, and we are really, really excited about this. We're parked up in this amazing spot by the beach, and yeah, can't wait to, if anyone's got any tips, let us know in the comments below or pop us a DM, because we're literally starting the Wild Atlantic Way on Thursday. So yeah, let us know, and we'll see you maybe next weekend, who knows, but just stay tuned for Wild Atlantic Way series.
See ya.